Hello guys and welcome to another replay cast. Today we are looking at the game with the KV-122, the tier 7 shittiest Russian heavy tank in the game. It happens to be a premium as well. This is pretty much what the old KV-1S was, with 300 more hit points and maybe a second off the reload. That's all you get at tier 7. Arguably, maybe it's slightly better situationally than a KV-3, but realistically, not really. Anyways, playing Krakow, playing tier 9 game, 357, so not the greatest matchmaking, but it is a city map, and one thing these derp gun, in quotes, Russian heavies like is city maps, because you don't really get to shoot further than 200 meters, where these tanks start to struggle, and trading shots in city maps is usually pretty easy unless you're swarmed by hordes of enemies. So far though, we know that there's gonna be this guy pushing up, and we managed to get one freebie and equal out our hit points. Not really in front with this, but even at this range, it's not too great. Side-scraping Tiger 1 will probably fuck off way before I can do anything to him. My cupola is on the wrong side, and realistically, this tank is not gonna bounce anything whatsoever. It is not really the kind of heavy that bounces shots. It's more of a kind of heavy that you know it's never gonna bounce anything unless, you know, your enemies are a bit silly and shoot like really bad angles. Luckily for me, I think I've actually played together with one of the only competent T25/2 players I have seen in my lifetime. He's not taking damage and he's baiting shots out of the Tiger, and I can get the free kill for that. So that is very nice to see a nice T25/2 player, and he's actually gonna continue being a good player throughout this game. So that is good to see. Moving up though, none of these guys paying any attention. We couldn't really get a good angle on that first Tony, and I fucked my shot up there massively on the second one, so that wasn't too good. Now we're in a really awkward angle for them, making a pretty good crossfire as long as they keep pushing from the other side. It should work pretty well. Also got a nice fire, and now this Oni should have no problem penning it. No tank in the game should have any problem penning it, but he shot like literally the only angle he could not have penned there, and we get the tracking shot in. Our team is losing the game at the moment, but this flank doesn't look too bad if they can keep pushing, and now we might actually be able to pick up this WZ with a nice 420 roll, and the other Oni died as well, so only one Oni to go, and we will have cleared the middle, so that's very nice, and actually get to pick up the kill. Kind of slow on the shot there, but we did the job in the end. Gonna pick up this Type 62 before we do anything else. I saw that the E5 is heading in there, but we really don't want that light tank behind us, so that is our first priority. And talking about that T25-2, still alive, still kicking, bouncing shots from an E5, which you really wouldn't expect. And now this E5 fucked up even more, bounced another shot, and he should be picked up, and he indeed does get picked up. We can move along, WZ120 here, and there's a lot of light tanks flanking around probably. We'll see how far around they actually decided to go. The 1375 hasn't seen anybody on the outside, and our potato gun is not able to acquire target fast enough to nail that shot, but we're not gonna let this guy slide away with this. We're gonna go and face him on the other side. I should be able to deal with the 131 in this tank with my hit points if I get no help. It might be a bit dodgy, but if I get one of my teammates to shoot him even once, it will be fine. Here, it probably would have been better to try to ram this little shit when he tried to pass me, but he fucked up himself, so it wasn't required. But it would have probably been better to, you know, push up and deny him the flank. And now pretty much cleanup left to go. Really quick game, and we racked up the damage reasonably nicely. Got one fire so far, so we didn't really do anything too spectacular, but just putting in those shots pretty much every time we reloaded. Since we started fighting the Tiger, we haven't really been sitting and doing nothing for more than, what, 5 seconds or something. So really eventful game, well, a short one. Ferdinand giving me his back, and we get a nice ammo rack here to rack up the damage even more. And now the last guy left alive in the enemy team is the T25/2, and we should be able to get to him first. I don't really care if I die or not. I shouldn't really die. He needs to shoot me and pen me, well, 3 times, I guess. I could have fucked that shot up, then I would have definitely died. Now he could theoretically kill me, but Scorpion picks him up before that. Alright, so here's the end plate. Ace Tanker, 4158 experience with probably a lot of modifiers. 2 bones, top gun, high caliber, 5032 damage, whopping 63 damage assisted, and we picked up 6 kills, which gave us 1848 base experience. To not give you guys a wrong impression, this is not a good tank. I do not recommend buying it. But as always in World of Tanks, every dog has its day. This was the day for the KV-122. We also made 103k credits after repairs and all of that. So that's pretty healthy for a tier 7 heavy. But like I said, this is not a good heavy. It is probably the worst tier 7 Russian heavy in the game. So do not pick this up if you ever see it on sale. Go for an IS-2 instead. It's gonna be much better. Hope you guys enjoyed this replay cast, and I'll see you on the next one.